Hi everyone, my name is Dana. Thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to check out my YouTube channel, especially since I haven't been the most active lately. I've still been posting shorts just to show that I'm still here, but I don't really like YouTube shorts. It's just a thing that's happening right now. You gotta be on trend. Anyways, today we are talking about Ammo's 6-ish month update. I didn't really do the math. I got her in early September. I don't know when this video is going out right now. I'm just kind of recording a lot of videos, and then once I have a nice cushion, then I'll start posting them. So this is her 6-ish month update. But also I'm going to talk about how things have changed for me, what's going on, and where I've been. So basically, I am back. I'm back for good this time. I was really busy for a while because life be busy right now. But yeah, I'm still doing things with Ammo. I'm still doing my stuff. I'm actually doing more stuff than before because I am being mentored by a lady who competes very, very, very high up agility with Papillons, and she's been mentoring me for free in hopes that, well, not in hopes, I will be one day competing with her Papillons because she has a bunch of them, and that way I can handle maybe the ones who aren't her top dogs even, something like that, just to make it easier for her, especially since I'm younger. So I've been doing a lot of agility. Right now my schedule looks like this. I've been doing agility Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays, and sometimes on the weekend for fun. And then I've been teaching classes through a kennel club I'm in to get my volunteer hours, because whenever you're in a kennel club, typically you pay some, but the reason why it's so cheap is because you have volunteer hours where you can do that as well too. And then on Thursday, am taking a class through a different kennel club that I want to join, and that one is a beginner obedience class, and I think we're going to pass it. I'm just not sure because Ammo's sit stay for examination is not where I'd like it to be, because she does this thing where she taps her feet and then she vibrates forward with excitement. She's been getting a lot better, but she loves people. And it's only when she knows people are coming to say hi where she's really a pest about that sort of thing. I can talk to people and she's perfect. I have her off leash, she's perfect. It's only when someone, is bending over to pet her that she's like, oh, that sort of thing. But yeah, so we'll probably pass that class, but if not, it's oh no. And then I've been also starting Capetta. On top of that, I've also been doing some private lessons with behavioralism. So there's some people who have a dog that as a puppy would jump and bite and pull on their sleeves, and they'd give him attention whenever he did that. Now he's 80 pounds at 5 months old, and he does the same thing, and they can't get him to stop. And this is what my arm looks like. I'm not sure if you'll be able to see, but this is what my arm looks like. So I've been doing muzzle training with him, because not only does he jump and bite when you're doing something that he doesn't want you to do, or if you're not giving them the attention he wants, when you're taking him for a walk, he'll also protest by doing that until he goes and gets to do what he wants to do. Or if the jumping and biting's not working, he'll just plop his butt down, and then when you try to get him to keep on going, then he'll jump and bite and jump and bite. So I've been doing muzzle training with him. I've been teaching them how to do that and helping him, because he is, like I said, 80 pounds. He's a big dog, and he's only gonna get bigger, and this is a retired couple who really needs my help. So I've been doing a lot of work with them as well. So that has been a lot of fun, but obviously very busy. And also when a dog is, biting on you, regardless of if it's aggression, frustration, when a dog's biting on you, it's never a positive thing. And they're kind of passing all their negative energy to you. So it's after that, I'm kind of done for the day, if that makes sense. Because it's so emotionally taxing, I guess. It's hard to explain, but that's what other people have told me about. It's that sort of thing, and I was like, okay, yeah, sure. And then now I'm really getting it, because obviously, you just have to wait it out. You can't get frustrated, you can't you know, like quit, because that just encourages the dog to do it more because they know they're getting to you. But yeah, so it's been a really good learning experience for me, and those people have been so wonderful with like all my recommendations with tools and stuff. There's some people out there who go, no, I want force-free, positive reinforcement only, and if that's how these people were with this dog, I would not have helped them, because this dog's positive reinforcement is, oh, I jump and bite and get what I want. He does not need more positive reinforcement because he's very, you know, self-serving. He's self-serving, and he knows that that gets him what he wants. So I've been doing a lot of helping, like having him lay down, and only when he's laying down, give him like affection, you know. Basically, we're overly enforcing calm behavior so that way, like, it's only a temporary lifestyle change instead of a forever lifestyle change if we practiced avoidance. But yeah, so that's been a lot of fun. But you also might hear Ammo chewing on her toys. She's in her puppy playpen right now. She's old enough where she doesn't need to be in it. She can come and go whenever she wants, but she chooses to be in there. I'll probably take it down when she's a year, but if she likes having her own personal space, that's up to her. But yeah, so I've been really busy with that. And then on top of that, I've also been doing more plant stuff. My plants are not thriving right now, and I've been trying to record more plant YouTube videos. And then I'm going to be hopefully starting a new business where I sell art and plants soon, so that's why I need my plants to be on the up and up. But yeah, so I've been making a lot of dog-related art, and I'll advertise it once the business is going and I'm, you know, comfortable with my process, if that makes sense. I don't want to go, hey, I'm selling things, and then not be prepared for a bunch of sales, I guess. But yeah, so I've been doing that as well. But yeah, so I've been really, really busy. I've been having so much fun. Ammo has been a little rock star. She's 7.5 months-ish, and she's only 27 pounds. She's a little girl. I hope she doesn't get much bigger. I really like the size she's at. She's just so tiny and speedy. How wonderful. Like, what a wonderful little dog. I love her. But yeah, so she's been so fun to work with. I really don't have any complaints with her. She's very well-rounded, super low arousal, super high drive, exactly where I wanted. When it's work time, she is ready to work, and she will work her little heart out for as long as, like, it needs to get done, which is awesome. But she's also so silly and so sweet. People told me that female border collies aren't super cuddly. Usually it's more of the males that are. She loves to snuggle. She loves her hugs. She loves her snuggling. She's the sweetest little snuggly puppy ever. Just a wonderful little lady. And even though she has so much energy, if there's a day where we don't have as much, you know, physical stuff going on, she is so good at not being destructive and keeping herself busy. Like, you know, since I live up north, it is some days very, very cold, and the dogs can't be outside very often, and because of that, you know, there's only so much we can do. And I obviously do all I can because I don't want my dogs to just be sitting around doing nothing. That's not fair to them. But at the same time, you don't want to over-enrich your dogs either. That's never a good thing. So she figures it out for herself, and she's awesome about it. What a good girl. But yeah, another cool thing that's going to be happening is I'm going to be getting her wisdom panel soon, and I'm going to be getting Gunner's his embark panel as well, because I want to see what he is. I want to know what he is. I'm guessing Vizsla Rhodesian Ridgeback, Labrador, and Staffordshire Terrier. Those are my guesses. Once I actually have the test, I'll have you vote in like a poll or something. We'll figure it out. It'll be fun. I'm looking forward to that. A lot of fun stuff is going to be happening. Wintertime, even now with us being moved, it's so difficult to record with the dogs because there's only so much I can do. And since I record on my phone, if I'm outside, the battery drains so quickly, like, or it just shuts off to like preserve itself, so I can't really record outside. But I have lots and lots of plans, and I'm very excited to be able to share this journey with you. But yeah, so Ammo's going to be getting her wisdom panel done soon. I'm so excited. I'm so curious to see what she has going on. I think she might honestly, even though both of her parents are black and white, from what it seems like, she might be a carrier of like brown. No, not brown, red as well, so that would be cool. I just want to see, you know, what she has going on. Like, because it'll show like, oh, does she carry genetics that help the dog's ears prick more? Or, you know, does she carry like, you know, anything special? Is she sensitive to any chemicals that I should watch out for? You know, stuff like that, so that I can really set her up for success. But yeah, she's been awesome. It's so funny. It's so nice, and I'm so glad I got a sporting bred border collie. And obviously, it's all the breeding as well. It's not just because she's sporting bred, it's the breeder, a good pair. But I've been going to agility competitions and stuff, and there was one very, you know, high drive border collie that was working. And, you know, you can tell it's a working bred one because they're more stocky, you know, they got more mass to them. That doesn't really affect their speed, but his bubble was so much more sensitive. The lady who's running him, she like stumbled just a little bit and her shoulder tilted, and the dog just went just in the opposite direction, because that's all it took. Like, there's so much more sensitive about you entering their bubble, whereas she's been a lot more forgiving. And like I said, this is a very big generalization. Yeah, like not all dogs are the same. And in most cases, the reason why a dog is advertised as sporting and not working is just because they weren't titled in herding, and they can still do herding just fine. Like, Ammo has the instincts, but hers aren't as prominent, I will say. Like, there are little papillons, and she doesn't try to herd them. One of them ran right out in front of her once, and I said, leave it. She left it. She's not very fond of little dogs in general, because she's only around Gunner, who's a big dog, and I don't think she needs to meet a bunch of dogs. There's no reason to. But yeah, so she's really awesome. And I know there are some purists who say even though the dogs don't title in herding, like if they're not titled in herding, then they shouldn't be bred, which I completely disagree with, because a lot of people don't want as much of a herding instinct. I certainly don't. I love that I can have her off leash and not have to worry about her chasing anything that moves. And also, not everyone is interested in herding with a border collie. For instance, even if we did have herding near here, like herding competitions, which we don't, the nearest trainer is in Illinois, and I live not in Illinois, and not near Illinois. So that means that I'd have to send her away to that trainer, and I'd either have to make the drive or something, which I don't want to do for that, and then leave her for like a month, which I also don't want to do, because what if the trainer messes her up? I don't trust that. And then I'd only be able to compete with her like once in my state. Like, there's only one real competition here for herding, I'd say. We do not have herding here. It's just not a competition that exists. And since it's not something that I have high on my priority list, I'm not really inclined to travel for it. And just because, you know, I'm not going to be traveling for herding doesn't mean she's not good in a lot of other aspects that I would say are more valuable than herding. Like, you know, listening to me, not running away, you know, not nipping, you know, good off switch, but also good working. She's perfect for sports, perfect for competition, perfect for exactly what I wanted. And like the purists, like I said, probably disagree with that, but I'm gonna be doing lots of, you know, tests like for OFAs and, you know, things to figure out. I've been working with her breeder as well, keeping in contact with her, and you never know what might happen. I probably won't announce the litter on here. I'm gonna try to keep, if I do ever have a breeding situation, separate from social media, because I don't want people getting a dog for me just because I'm prominent on social media, if I ever get prominent on social media. But yeah, so if I do have puppies, any videos with like puppies would be posted after all of them found their homes and stuff, you know, things like that. But like I said, Emma's still just a puppy herself. These are all just things that I can take into account because, like I said, I love her personality, I love her temperament. Everything about her is exactly what I wanted. And if I could make more of that and be able to raise the puppies right from the beginning for exactly what I intend on, like, exposing them to, that would be very good, because I feel like I would have an even more solid dog in the long run. And I never pick based off of appearances. If I do have a litter, I wouldn't let people pick based off of appearances either. They'd submit an application and say what they're looking for in a dog, and then I'd match the puppy with the owner, you know, that sort of thing. But like I said, this might never even happen. These are all just things. Like I said, I'm just talking about what's going on. That's what's going on inside my head right now. Lots of planning. And yeah, so I have made the decision that I love the Border Collie breed, and from now on, I'm only going to be getting Border Collies. As much as I'm thankful Gunner was my first dog, and as much as I'm thankful that I learned so much from him, with my goals and what I want to pursue, getting another shelter dog would be counterproductive, because even if I got the dog as a puppy, it would be unlikely that it had a good enough structure where it could compete long-term in agility. Gunner does not have a good structure. I had to stop him from jumping like as much as possible by the time he turned like 5.5, 6, because his hips were bothering him to the point where he would wake up some days and cry and not be able to walk. So I already have him on the strongest supplement I can, and during the spring, summer, and fall, I take him for bike rides every day to keep his muscles strong, and then in the winter time, I've been treadmill training him, and that's going to be another video that's showing up in the future. But yes, I have been working on the treadmill with him, because wintertime is always when his hips get the worst, which is sad, and I don't want that to happen anymore. So that's why either adopt a dog or get from a reputable breeder. Never, look into it. Make sure that they test OFAs. Make sure, they put in the effort to make sure the puppies are better than the parents. You always want to better the breed. So, just because a dog is purebred doesn't mean it's well-bred. There are lots of sporting mixes that are good. Gunner is a pool of genetic sadness because he's just a mutt. He wasn't a purposefully bred mix. A lot of doodles, for example, are just mutts. They're not purposefully, bred mixes. They're just what's in right now. And then people go, oh, my dog had to be shaved again at the groomers because they have the soft fur of a regular dog, but the wavy fur of a poodle. And then all of their shedding fur gets trapped in mats, and then it needs to be shaved because they don't brush their dog at least 3 times a day, because that's what a doodle will need. That's my doodle rant. Don't get me wrong, I appreciate a well-bred doodle. There are some that are very well-bred. For example, there's one in my puppy class right now that looks a lot more poodly than doodly, if that makes sense. And just get a poodle, honestly. Okay. But if you do get a doodle, these people, they take good care of it. Oh my gosh. And it has a pretty good structure. They actually got it from someone who actually tests the dogs with OFAs. And I'm like, wow, that's awesome. I'm so happy that they do that. Whereas most doodles just go, oh, here, I have a Burmese mountain dog, I have a poodle. Bernie doodle. And they don't think. They just mash them together and say, that'll be $4,000. I paid, so much less than that for Ammo, who's well-bred, tested, parents have good temperaments, and that's all things that people who breed dogs have to take into consideration. Is the temperament good? Did they pass all their testings? Are their OFAs passing? All of those things have to be taken into consideration. And if you want a dog that, you get from a breeder, make sure that you go through someone who does all of those things and not backyard breeding. If a breeder doesn't do all of those things, it's a backyard breeder. But yeah, that's my little rant. I've been doing a lot of research. I have ADHD, so whenever I get interested in something, I do all I can to learn all I can about whatever subject. So, although I'm not a professional yet, I will do my best to become as professional as I possibly can be in this subject, because I'm interested in it. Like I said, even if I don't become a breeder, I still find it very interesting how to be a reputable breeder. And yeah, I could go on and on and on about this, so I'm gonna cut this video short. You guys know what's going on, and from now on, you'll be seeing more of me. I'm gonna try my best to do twice a week uploads, but we'll see if that sticks. And then I'll still continue my shorts as well, even though I don't like shorts. They're still fun. It's a different take on a video, I guess, but I like this. This is more personable. Anyways, thank you so much for watching, liking, and subscribing. Thank you for sticking around as well. Leave a comment down below to prove that you were here, because I don't know if anyone will even be here, because I'm probably shadow banned. Again, shock, because my upload schedule wasn't good, and that deems me untrustworthy in YouTube's eyes. But yes, let me know that you were here, and I will do my best to respond. Sometimes I see comments and in my brain I respond, and then I look back at like a video like 5 months later and I go, oh my gosh, I didn't respond, and I feel so bad. But just so you know, I'm not ignoring you. I'm doing the best that I can with my brain that I have. But yeah, so I'll see you in the next one. Bye!